Alright, guys. Welcome back,
Hey,
buddy. Welcome back.
Another episode.
How was your week?
It's been a bit of, next
Yeah.
question.
The grinding.
Oh, the grinding.
Grinding?
Yeah, the
Anyway,
grinding,
should be
mate.
talking about grind.
No, we get up, mate. You
But
do
anyway.
night shift and up and down. I'm up at 5.
I just finished the night shift. I
We,
look like
we,
shit,
we
but
grind.
that's it.
Well, you just
That's
got to
it.
get paid, man. Bills ain't going to stop. Are
No,
they?
they just keep rolling in. But anyway, we're here on the podcast. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Two Dads and a Mic.
Yes.
And as you can see, Mark is back again. My co-buddy.
Co-pilot. Co-buddy.
Piley.
Co-piley. Oh, I like
That's
that.
right.
Co-piley.
Nah, awesome.
So yeah, there's a few things I wanted to touch on that last episode I possibly have missed out on.
Yep.
Was I know we're going back to that anger side of it, but I wanted people to know to be self-aware of possibly the defensiveness in an argument.
Yep.
We need you to kind of have self-control
Within yourself, yeah.
within yourself.
Yeah.
That's a major thing, and
It is.
if you can kind of recenter yourself
Yep.
in order to move forward, like in a nice calm manner.
Yeah.
So there are a few words that I've possibly missed on that last one.
Yeah,
I
a few
was
things
a little
that
bit
you-
tired and
Yeah, a few things I guess that you thought about that you wanted to again get out to you guys. And
Yeah.
it's important, it's true. So just a bit of a recap, I guess, on what we had spoke about on the last podcast. And it's true what Mark says. Just I guess believe in yourself.
that's
Yeah.
self-control.
Yeah.
That's self-control and just being aware. Not a lot of people are aware, self-aware of.
When you're going through that
Yeah,
anger stage,
because
you
it just
don't
takes
realise
over.
it does.
It just takes over, and you
become that demon within,
It's
and
not good.
and I guess it's good also too to realise what you are doing right and what you are doing wrong, and at the heat of the moment you don't realise and you get stuck into that awful manner. So it's very important to realise that whether you are saying the wrong thing or whether you're loving the wrong person, and
just need to
think
take
about
a
it.
step back.
Yeah.
But
No,
on
definitely.
tonight's episode,
Yep.
I'd like to get into positive reinforcement.
I like
Which,
that. You've been positive.
We're very positive people, and
Yeah. You look very handsome, by the way, in that red
thanks,
top.
mate. You like that?
You
I
like
thought I'd
wearing-
bring a bit of colour.
Well, I'm wearing pink, so
stand out a bit
yeah,
more,
so
mate.
we've been
you know?
positive. The colours,
Yeah, well, red's a nice positive
It
colour.
is.
But positive reinforcement, in
Yep.
case anyone doesn't know, is believing that you are good enough. So,
I guess that's one. Sorry to cut you off. That's
Yeah.
I guess again at that hard point, that sticking point in your breakdown where you do feel like you're not good enough, right?
yeah, you don't have confidence.
Sure, you would have felt
Your
like
mojo's gone.
Yep.
You don't have confidence.
that. Yeah.
So, I'd like to make an example.
Yep.
Like myself, personally, I know it might sound mad and crazy to the viewers, but I used to stand in front of the mirror and I would say things like, "You're an awesome guy."
You're talking in front of the camera now. Tell them, are you an awesome
exactly.
guy? It's true.
It's like a mirror right there.
Yeah,
Like,
as
I am
silly
an
as it
awesome
sounds.
guy. I am worthy. One day I will find someone that will love and treat
care
me
for you, yeah.
and the way I should be.
Yep.
I'm a great dad. And I would just constantly remind myself of what an awesome person I am, what an awesome human. And I think one in my bios I even had, I'm an awesome human.
Yeah.
Because
And you are a good human,
My-
good dad, and all the rest. And not just saying that because we're on camera and all, but it's so important to believe in yourself at those hard sticking points in your life when you're at your lowest. You do feel
well, you don't have any
crap.
self-love.
Yeah.
Because you've been beaten down, your confidence levels are gone.
Yeah, you're trying to get back up again, and
You need to find that mojo. You need to find that, you know what, I've got 2 kids to look after. I need to find, and that's an
something to make
age-old
you
thing
feel
that
good about yourself.
you need to
again.
love yourself first before you can love anyone else. And it took me a while. It took me longer than a year. I didn't start dating till probably 9 months, a year after the separation, because I wasn't
weren't
ready
ready.
to give myself to someone else when I wasn't feeling
Yeah, well, I
love
guess
within myself.
your self-esteem is quite low.
Yeah, very low.
You're not going to be good for yourself or
No.
for anyone else at the same time. And I guess, again, when you are at your lowest, and at the time you don't see, yourself. You want to know your worth, guys, and as not silly as it sounds, but at the time you don't realise your worth until whether you've been told. And it was the same for me. Like when I was going through my lowest, Mark would call me over the phone and would have that chat, and he's like, "Bro, what are you doing, man? Do you realise again? You're a father. You've got 2 kids. You're loved by your children. You're loved by your family. Believe in yourself. You're a good person.
Do you love you? Do you love yourself?
Yeah, I guess at the time and at your lowest, again, I'll say it. No, I didn't. I hated myself.
You had no mojo, bro. You had lost your mojo.
I didn't know myself. I was like, you'd look in the mirror. All right, apart from I looked like I lost a shitload of weight.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I remember some nights, like what you said, you look in the mirror, and I used to do the same at 3 o'clock in the morning. You can't sleep, and you're thinking, you're going to wash your face, and you think,
fuck, I look old.
I wouldn't go that far, but anyway, the hair's come back.
I've aged about 10 years. What's going on?
I've got Freddy Krueger, but
3 o'clock in the morning, my eyeballs are bulging out of my head.
It's true, but I remember doing that, saying, who the hell am I? Like, I remember thinking, this is not me. This is not right. And I think whether you are hearing those words from your mate or from your family or your kids, or look, guys, it could be even something as social media. Like, I know there is a lot of banter out there on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever you want to call it. But I remember you used to send me a lot of...
I used to bombard you.
You did, with messages about feeling good for yourself. And they used to... I remember, like, at 3 o'clock in the morning, living at your house... And you could probably see the glow from my door, and me on my bloody phone, just filtering through messages that, obviously I was looking for the ones that did make me feel good, because they did. Because you think, shit, there's someone else out there that's going through a similar ordeal. Yeah. I know it's on social media and it's looked upon bad, but I found goodness out of it as well.
It helped me immensely, immensely. And like referring back to our previous episodes about music.
Yeah.
Now, words can have such a profound meaning to them, and I found I'd stumble across things that the words just were so beautiful, man. Whether I was emotional,
I get it,
but I needed to hear that. I needed to feel like I'm not the only one, and I won't be ever the only one. So that was what, as tacky or cheesy as it sounds, those words. It was just resonating with me. It was beautiful, man. Yeah. Like, I've got some things still on Instagram now that I'll look through and I'll just go, man, they're spot on.
Yeah.
Every single time. And that's what helped me get my mojo back.
Yeah.
My confidence, man. Remember when I told you when you first came and I went, you got no mojo. You got no confidence, bro. You're just...
I remember looking down going, it's still there, but what do you mean I've got no mojo? But I did get it at the time.
I remember, and I said to you, you're not leaving my house until you've got a spring in your step.
Yeah, where
you've got that 10 little kick as you walk, like a little Snoop Dogg
I never,
thing.
We won't stoop into it tonight, but I never forget that night of, going out by myself and feeling 10 foot tall and feeling great. And again, it was about myself and about no one else.
And you realised how people perceived you, So people whether it was guys or girls, wherever we were,
whether it was work, whether it was home, whether it was family related,
but more in a social aspect.
Yeah.
When we walked into that place, people turned and looked.
Yeah, the inner glow, guys.
And
it's true.
And that's the confidence. That's the energy that you're bringing out. Because why? Because you love yourself again. You know how awesome you are. You just need other people to see it. Not to say you need them to justify you.
Yeah.
But for them noticing your walk, the way you talk, the way you move, it gives that...
A key word there, loving yourself. It's strange as it sounds, loving yourself is so important. Because if you're not good for yourself, you're no good for no one. So it's not about whether it's good in today's modern society. It's just how it's always been, guys. You got to love yourself before you can love someone else. And honestly, it goes a long, long way. Like now, at this time in my life, in my new life, and whether it's in my new relationship, trust me, guys, things are gonna be great. Things are gonna be beautiful. Things are gonna be better than they ever were. Is that right or wrong, Mark?
No, it's true. That's right. It just takes time.
Yeah.
You can't put a time frame on it. I can't say to you, you're doing this and you're going to be 3 months, you're going to be like that.
Yeah, everyone's different.
Everyone's
guys.
different.
Everyone's
Like
different.
I said to you, for me it took a year.
Yeah.
You might take 3 months.
Yeah.
Everyone's different. It's just whatever you're doing to make you happy. So going back to that, whatever, like mine was sport. Mine was, playing soccer and doing what do you call it, that commando shit, run, jump, roll around, whatever.
Body combat. I don't know what you want to call it. Body combat.
It was like,
you know
I
what
can't
mean?
remember the name.
F45.
Similar to that.
I get it. And they were your things that
They
kept
were
you
my
going.
things that just built up my confidence.
Yeah.
And then once I got my confidence, there was no stopping me.
Yeah.
I was a machine.
Yeah.
I loved it. I was fit. I was strong.
Get down and give me 20.
Yeah, not now. What do you mean 20?
Nah, I get what you're saying.
I can lift my arm 20 times.
It's 20 bourbons, but look, I get what you're saying. For me, again, I'm not going to go back and forth. Yeah, for me, it was running, music.
Yeah.
Look, even simple things like I remember picking up the phone and recording myself through my lowest because I wanted to look back at it now at where I was. I enjoyed talking to the phone, to the camera. And it wasn't so much about getting it out there. It was because it made me feel good because I thought I had an audience. I was speaking to someone. So that made me feel good about myself because I could see my progress, whether it was a month, then 3 months later. I can see the happy stages. You could see the sad stages, and then you could see the good stages. So, and
that's
obviously,
amazing, man.
I've showed you some of that footage, and I guess
which is very raw.
Which is very raw and hard, but
it's hard to
when
watch.
you look at it and you're on the other side, you've gone through the light, the tunnel, and you've come out a better person, a better man, a better woman. And again, this is whether it's for men, whether it's for women, it's all the same, guys. There's no one that's right or wrong, female or male. This is for everyone. It's how you want to take it. Again, we're no psychologists, no professional. This is Mark's experience and my experience, and
you're right, man. It's like what you did, capturing those moments. Like, man, I take my hat off to you.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way in the world when I was at my lowest, I'd pick up my phone and record myself. Like, even when I was at that stage where I was building my confidence, I still wouldn't pick up that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And for you to document that sort of stuff, is hats off to you, bro. That is massive.
Yeah.
That is something that
it is massive. And I guess maybe on another subject, if we can throw it in there, like as things are as great as they are now in our lives, don't get me wrong, guys, you still have your bad days. You have your days.
Absolutely, man.
No one's
Absolutely.
what's the right word? You still have your bad days. You still got.
I had a couple of them last week, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
and it's going to
Jesus.
happen. No one's bulletproof, no one's foolproof. But what we're trying to say, I think, for tonight is definitely believe in yourself, love yourself, be very confident.
You got to start there. You got to start with yourself.
Yeah, just keep it simple with yourself is what we're trying to say. Don't have big, massive expectations. Don't be hard on yourself.
Yeah, don't put pressure on yourself. I
live
need to
day
be
by
at this
day.
place.
It's important. I think we touched on that last time.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've got to put my hands in front of my face. But live by day
I can
by
stop
day.
talking with your hands, mate.
Yeah, so it's a wog thing. But I think what Mark mentioned, I think you mentioned in the first episode about living day by day, and I never got it.
You
when
have
said
to.
Yeah.
You have to. And you got to work on yourself day by day.
Yeah.
So you get up, you grind every day like we do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, take 2 seconds. Stand in front of the mirror. Say, you know what? I'm an awesome guy. Or I'm an awesome girl. I'm like, whatever it is. But just keep reminding yourself of
Your worth.
you're a beautiful human.
Yeah.
You're an awesome human. And you will find your right person. It's just a question of when.
Yeah, that's right. Look at it as in maybe, that was your, whether this is a breakdown, partnership, marriage, whatever you want to call it, it was a beautiful part of your life. And, try to look at it in a different perspective. That was your life then. Now you're onto your new chapter in your life.
Yeah. But you still have those doubts. You have those doubts. It doesn't matter because we're human.
Yeah.
But there's doubts like, am I good enough?
Yeah, you do.
Am I not?
Oh, look, I used to say to myself.
Am I not worthy?
Yeah. And I used to think to myself, like I'm, 48 years of age, how am I going to find a new partner? Do I have to go back down the limelight of
And dating's changed, hasn't it?
Dating's changed, and do I have to go to a nightclub and stand by the
there's
bar?
no
and-
more
and-
nightclubs,
You know what
buddy.
I'm trying to say. All that stuff does. All that stuff starts racing through your head, I guess, doesn't it?
And you got to that's
You gotta adapt.
You got to adapt to that new way of lifestyle, which for us, yeah, man, it was different. Like,
Yeah.
now everything's on your phone. It's an app. It's like photos. It's
Yeah.
everyone. I get it. Like everyone's
Just take time
behind
with
it.
that. What Mark's saying. Take time with the social media side, and whether it is
but only when
dating
you're
apps or-
ready.
Yeah.
You have to be. You have to be a point where you've got your mojo back. Like I keep bringing it up, that spring in your step. You need that, because there's no point going into another relationship where you don't love yourself, or you're doubting you doubt that
Again,
this
yeah.
person's too good for me, or this person's not. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be in a
right frame of
really
mind.
good
Yeah.
place,
Yeah.
and you can find that place, and that's part of this positive reinforcement. Is when you start to see that light at the end of the tunnel. Remember when we spoke about the tunnel and you can't see it?
Yeah.
It's because you've got all this negativity, you've got all this drama that you're carrying from before, and you want to be there, you want to see the light,
But then at the
but
same
what are
time,
the steps to get to there?
Yeah.
So this is one of the steps of where you start to open up. You start to see that light at the end of the tunnel, and that starts from within. So that moment that you say, "Hey," and talk to yourself. There's nothing wrong with talking to yourself. It might sound
Yeah.
loony.
You might look a bit weird in the car at the set of lights, but
It doesn't matter.
worry
People
about
don't
it.
know if you're on a phone call, you're singing a
Yeah,
song,
don't worry about it.
or whatever. In
Yeah.
the street, it might look a little bit weird, but people might think you're talking to someone on the phone. But in the sense that in your own home where you're comfortable,
Yeah, do it. Go for it.
Do it,
It's like
man.
meditation. Just do it.
and I used to ask, I still do. It's like I've got this side and that side, right?
Yeah.
So I'll say to myself, should I do that? And then I'll have the good side answer and I'll have a bad side answer. And 9 times out of 10, bad time answer comes along and tries to, there's Mr. Negativity,
Yeah.
tries to go, oh, what are you doing that for, man? You're a dickhead. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Positive side is, what do you got to lose?
Nothing.
You've been at the bottom. What do you got to lose?
That's right.
The worst case scenario is. And that's what I used to do as making my decisions.
Yeah.
But in saying that, I was at a stage where I was confident in myself. I had my mojo back.
Yeah.
So I'd say, whenever something would come up, we'd go, what's the worst thing that can happen? And you
true.
think about it.
You've been
And you
through
go,
the lowest. What else could happen?
what's the worst thing that can happen? She's going to say no,
Yeah.
or she's going to say yes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true.
You know what I'm
start to
saying?
look at
It's
things
not
in a different
life
light.
and death situations. It's not dramatic. You're not,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But that comes from the positive side of things. And that way you kind of let things go as well.
It's true.
Like, really? Is that the worst that can happen? I don't know how many times I've said that. Is that it?
Yeah.
That's the worst thing that can happen?
After
And people will go, yeah. And I'll go, what the fuck are you worried about that?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Let it
Move
go.
on. Yeah.
And that's how
You start to feel good within yourself.
you
I
start
believe. Eh?
feeling good. And that light starts to shine
Right.
brighter.
Yeah.
And you go, wow, okay, I'm getting this now. And you start building on that. And I remember saying to you, man, as long as the sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and I'm breathing,
Yeah. What else could you ask for, guys? It's true. Again, when you've been through your lowest or whatever you want to call it,
that's beautiful.
well, you're waking up, you're breathing, the birds are chirping, the sun's out. You know,
How good is life?
And as weird as it sounds, and it might sound a bit, what's the word, like, not fake, but I guess when it's what happens, eh? You start to
come out of it.
You do. So just take the time on yourselves, the patience, and just believe in yourself.
Yeah, that's
Know
it.
your worth. I know it sounds again quite cliche, whatever you want to call it.
You got to
It's
know
true.
your worth, and whether
Yeah.
it's in a relationship or at work, you need to know what your worth is.
Yeah.
And you know, at work, you kind of go, "Yep, you know what? I do this, this, and this. I'm worth this much."
Yeah,
So you do the same in a relationship. I've got this. I'm worth that much.
yeah.
Same
That's right.
concept.
It works the same
Know
way.
your worth.
Yeah.
If you know you're not being treated right, you know that, and you know now, man, at our age, you know that
The difference.
the red flags. You go, oh man, I don't want to deal with this shit
No.
because that person's not right for you.
Yeah.
It's okay. move on.
It's true. Maybe that's something we can touch in another subject on another podcast about, things like you just touched on, red flags. We'll
keep going.
We'll keep going, but on stuff like that.
But for tonight, I want you guys to know and remember this from the bottom of my heart. You guys are amazing. You are awesome. Keep your head up, believe in yourself, and love yourself foremost.
Very well
pretty
said.
Much.
Yeah, I like it, buddy. I like it. No, Mark's right, guys.
I got a little bit emotional there because, there are a lot of words like talking in the mirror again.
Be happy, believe in yourselves, and stay positive, guys. And we're going to wrap up the podcast, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Take care.
See you. Bye-bye.